My family noticed it in my eyes. They said it looked like my spirit was not bright anymore. I kept it tucked away safely so that I could put on a mask and a smile and live my life without having to admit that I was living in hell.
While the scars of domestic violence may be visible for many survivors, this woman says hers are on the inside. Lori says that's because she suffered years of mental abuse from her husband.
Not only did I believe that I was crazy, but I believed that I was not a good mother, not a good wife.
Lori says her husband controlled her by using a technique known as gaslighting. The term is based on a movie from the 1940s about a husband who attempts to convince his wife she is insane.
He said I wasn't any liquor. He said I was going out of my mind.
You're not going out of your mind. You're slowly and systematically being driven out of your mind.
He ended up telling one of my family members that I was abusing prescription medication, or that he thought I was abusing prescription medication, to try to make them feel that I didn't have any credibility, or that if I would say something that perhaps they wouldn't believe me, and really just painted a picture of me not being a balanced individual. And I believed it. I believed it. I felt that way. I felt very off balance. I felt like I was losing my sanity.
And it wasn't just the mental control. Lori says her husband's verbal abuse was constant and emotionally bruising.
We have the power of life and death in our tongue. And when you hear day after day, or week after week, or month after month that you're worthless, or that you're fat, or that you're ugly, or that you're a whore, it gets into your spirit and it breaks you. There are times where I would have rather him punch me in the face than to have said the things to me that he said.
Lori says that getting help was a challenge because her husband was a law enforcement officer.
I would say that had he not been a police officer, I probably would have left much sooner. The police had been called to my house on several occasions because of things that were going on in the house. I had called, and in every instance, he ended up outside in my driveway talking to them in, cop talk, laughing.
Lori says she sought help from the Sunrise Domestic Violence Center of Pasco County, where she first saw the wheel of power and control.
I think when I saw that it was a never-ending cycle, when I saw that there was a honeymoon phase, I realized, okay, this is my life. I'm literally living the textbook version of what's on the piece of paper, that shows exactly how it goes. The name calling, the bad situations, the threats.
Sunrise Director Kelly Sin and her team help many people just like Lori.
Our shelter has recently expanded from a 24-bed facility to a 40-bed facility. So in previous years, I would tell you our shelter specifically services 200 plus individuals, and now this year is going to expand. We've just opened that wing of the shelter.
Community donations are helping Sunrise with that expansion as they work towards prevention of domestic violence, one case at a time. They say they're even more hopeful for help this year, thanks to Get to Zero.
The Get to Zero campaign is really exciting for Sunrise. This is an initiative that the ABC Action News has put forth the efforts to support all of the center's participants that need medication, some that need child care, some that need assistance with gas. This will provide us the means to be able to offer these additional services, these additional resources that can be life-changing for the survivors.
Sunrise also offers unique programs to help domestic violence victims in the healing process. Suleika Gonzalez, a survivor, advocate, and artist, has turned the pain from her abuse into artistic passion. She teaches art therapy to survivors at Sunrise.
I feel like with art, you can say 1,000 things without uttering one word. And so sometimes when you find yourself with deep trauma, a lot of pain, a lot of disconnect, with art, you can kind of navigate through all that and chart a path towards healing.
Lori says she'll always be grateful to Sunrise.
And I'm just so thankful that Sunrise exists, with the caring hearts that they have, that they didn't let my pride of saying I'm not a victim stop them from helping me to realize that I was.
You can make a difference by donating to Sunrise of Pasco County right now. Just go to abcactionnews.com/DV and click on the donate button. You can donate to Sunrise or any of the local domestic violence shelters.